Your questions about business, career, personal development, and achieving the American dream are more than welcome. Email them to info@makinitnow.com. Now back to more Makin' It with Tommy and Todd.
OMG Fact of the Week. The idea of painting your fingernails originated in China, where the color of someone's nails indicated their social rank.
So
mine are gold and sparkly, so what rank is that?
You're a very high social rank.
There we go.
Royalty, actually. Yes.
Gold and sparkly.
Yes.
Well, I bet it's a French manicure, so it's not like... Anyway.
The more I hear these
French,
facts,
Chinese.
the more I see nothing's new.
Nothing is
Right.
Like these OMG facts, it's just like,
Right.
what?
Last time it was beer, now it's fingernail polish.
Last week it was beer, fingernail polish. This week, what will it be next
So
week?
I'm not going to invest in a bed and breakfast, although I'm sure those go back as far as everything anyway also, but I would invest in fingernail polish.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's your new endeavor.
Well, it's time for you two to save America.
The Fix.
One business at a time. And today, you two are discussing how you would have saved the Ringling Bros Circus from bankruptcy.
That's a good one.
You know, first of all, I think a big part of it was like, if you look at Cirque, they're like the modern circus.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
You know, and so there's...
And they don't have the animal humane issues.
Right, there's so many special effects.
Yeah.
It's so outrageous. I mean, it's another level of the circus.
Right.
It's shocking. It's exciting. It's
Well,
the
and
next level.
The different themes and storylines they have.
Which is
There's
all-
always something new in Cirque.
Which is all like the circus on steroids. It's
Right.
an extreme circus, and so
And there's always a new show to see, a new show to pay for. They do a great job at having the novelty.
the Ringling Brothers Circus was kind of like, it was a little bit too far in the past. It was like,
It's the American brand, and it failed to keep up
Evolve.
with.
keep up. It's like, it reminds me of having a 19-inch black and white TV
Still.
from the 70s
And
or
trying
something.
to still sell that.
And people want flat screens, color flat screens that are
Right.
60 inches now. Like, it just didn't keep up.
The nostalgia wasn't enough to keep it going.
Well, they had a good run, 146 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yes.
But you've got to keep up with things, and as you know, the Ringling Brothers' winter home is in Sarasota, Florida, where one of my homes is, and so I was very sad to hear that they were going to close up, and so were all of the other people there, because a lot of the performers have really integrated into that community. But it didn't have to be if they had a little foresight. For instance, Nick Wallenda is part of this group. He is the premier circus performer in the world. He's gone across the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, and so on. And they really, he's a superstar. They should have really capitalized on that. Brittany mentioned the issue with the animals and the animal rights people.
Right.
They should have seen that coming a long time ago. They just got rid of the elephants. I think it was like last year or something.
Yeah.
And there's just a change in the culture, and people don't want to see elephants being paraded around and on chains and so on and so forth. So they just weren't paying attention. They didn't innovate like Cirque du Soleil did, as an example, and as all European circuses do. So it's kind of their own fault, but they just got complacent.
They got they really got a position in the mind with the circus. I mean, they got the tradition.
Right.
They got the brand. They got that solidified.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed to just, almost like start a version of Cirque themselves, and
Right.
and it'd be branded the Ringling Brothers. They had to really jump. And what this shows me is that it's more important to you have to change and innovate, not only in time, I think ahead of time.
Absolutely.
And that's hard for people to do typically, because they see no need to change. They say, why am I going to change when things are going smooth?
But things haven't been going smooth. That's the problem. They've had declining attendance for years now. They know that the public's taste is changing. They've got negative press. Their costs are increasing, but their income is decreasing. These are all signs that you need to do something and do it quickly. They needed to bring in new management with a fresh perspective. See what these people are doing in other countries to freshen up an old tradition, the circus. They could have done it. They just weren't proactive enough.
But right, and that's what I was going to say, that actually by the time it starts doing like that, you're almost too late. Like, you're already messing around too late. You already have to take some emergency measures, because
right.
The point is, if you can see ahead where something's going, people, you have to condition yourself to change things when things are going good.
Of course.
And that's the hardest thing for human nature.
Well, it's the gift of the entrepreneur, though, to look down the road, to see what other people aren't seeing yet. And if you're on top of your business and you know how the trends change and that you should be changing as well, you should be able to spot the trends and see that big elephants aren't in favor anymore in the circus, and change it.
But that's where the quote unquote curse of the entrepreneur optimism comes in.
Right.
Because typically the entrepreneur is saying, "Oh, things are great. They're going to keep going great. We can make them great," etc. And I think you have to be able to balance that with things are going great, and we got to keep them going great by making these changes in advance.
Yeah. Well, things aren't going great unless people are in the seats, and they've not had people in the seats for a long time.
Sad icon,
yes.
No longer with us.
Right.
The brand.
Gonna miss them.
Ringling Brothers.
God bless you, Ringling Brothers.
All right. You're listening to Tommy and Todd on Making It Coast to Coast. We'll be right back.